We're back. It's day 3 of the year run. Oh, wrong way. It's been cake so far. Not gonna lie. Got off work early. I'm gonna start breaking down the exact systems I've been using to get to this point, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Giving you guys the exact things I've done, the exact things I've did. Also, just talking about relevant topics like I've been, and just checking in as well. Yeah. So before I start breaking down systems, I want to talk about expectations. Expectations and problems, right? I've learned there's no such thing as problems. All the problems come from the importance I put on whatever situation it is that becomes a problem. And the importance that I put on the situation becomes an expectation. So it was hard for me to remove expectations because especially from people who are just like me or from where I'm from, I've learned it doesn't matter how much you were like someone or how much you know someone. We are all completely different. You know, everybody's brain operates in its own way. We are all completely different in the sense of our circumstances, our life makeup is completely different. But internally, I believe we're all the same, right? But I can't expect people to love the way I love. I can't expect people to be the way I want them to be. I can't expect people to care about the things I care about. They haven't had the upbringing or been through the things that I've been through, right? And this used to cause a lot of problems for me, you know? Now that I'm in the position I'm in today, I understand they weren't really problems. And all the dis-ease and disagreements and the back and forth comes from just the importance and the expectations I was putting on said person, said situation, or said thing, right? I've learned once I've removed the importance, there's no way I can have an expectation. I understand things just are. Anything outside of myself just is. You know, I have no control over anything outside of myself. All I can do is continue to make sure that I am the best version of myself and make sure that I continue to do the next right thing so my external reality will reflect that. You know, life is a mirror, not a window. So even though I can't put importance on people, places, and things, I can't expect things from people, places, and things, I understand that as long as I continue to do the next right thing, as long as I stay in the process, stay in the solution, remain willing, my external reality will match that. So if there's people in your life that have continued to not live up to your expectations for them, that's your fault. You know, that's your fault for making them an important person in your life. And that's a hard pill to swallow because shit, you might have known this person for years. You might have, be in love with this person. You might, anything, you know what I mean? You guys might have family ties, or you guys have probably went through some catastrophic stuff together, right? But that still is not a reason to put that much importance on another person, place, or thing. You might have people in your life, like I said, that aren't living up to expectations. And again, you can't expect things from these people. The only thing you can do is just continue to do the next right thing, raise your level of vibration, raise your baseline, raise your system. And they'll either raise theirs with you and be able to stay around, or they will just not be around anymore. And that's, again, another tough pill to swallow, because some of these people, you may think you were going to be friends with them forever, or things were going to last forever, or whatever. But people change, man. People change. That's the name of the game. Change never hurt anyone. Even people who change for the worse, they're just on their way to a very big lesson, and hopefully they learn that lesson and again change for the better. So changing for the worse isn't always bad. It just means a big lesson is going to come. And hopefully this person is able to get through that lesson, or hopefully this thing is able to get through that lesson, or hopefully this place is able to get through that lesson, right? Expectations and problems, you know, they're self-inflicted. Yeah, they're self-inflicted, man. It comes down to the fact that you can't expect nothing from anyone but yourself. You can't even, they say, don't expect people to do something you're not willing to do. Even then, it's just better to not have any expectations on people, because you'll get let down. But the people you can have expectations for are the people, once you raise your system, raise your vibration, you know, and they continue to raise theirs, and they're around you, and you have the data in their life that says this is this type of person. Yeah, then you can expect them to do a couple things because they've been doing these couple things. But outside of those couple things they've been doing, it's best to not have any expectations. It's best to not have any importance on anything outside of yourself, because the only thing we can control is ourselves. You know, we decide who we are. You know, they say you can't do anything perfect, but I truly believe you could be yourself perfectly, because like I said, you decide who you are, bro. Like, you set the standard, you set the barometer for exactly who you are, and if you stick to it every day, then you're perfect, you know, and you decide that, and it's only going to be between you and God. So you can lie to yourself, you can lie to God, but it's very evident when it comes to people who are sticking to the plan, who are sticking to their system, who are doing the things they said they were going to do because they decided those things make them them. And once you do that for X amount of time, you'll understand that there's no reason to really expect things from anyone. There's no reason to put importance on anyone who's not like you, because they're giving you got to take people for who they are. You know what I mean? You can't believe them when they tell you, believe them when they show you. I don't believe you can see people for who they are. We see ourselves in people. Life is a mirror, not a window. So if you're around a bunch of people that aren't keeping the word and not living up to expectations, that's because you're exactly that person. It doesn't matter how much you think you're doubted. It doesn't matter how close you are to your goal or whatever. If you're continuing to have these situations, continuing to have these back and forth, this dis-ease inside of you, it's because life is reflecting to you exactly who you are. So until you change yourself, until you meet your own expectations, you're going to keep having people around you falling short to your expectations of them. That's what we got today. Next week, I'm going to break down the system for you guys. Don't know which one, but I'm going to break one down. About to take it to the next level. Day 3 of the year run. We're fucking firing on all cylinders. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at staydownfit_Ray. Follow me on Instagram at Bay Affiliate. That's my podcast. DM me, drop a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it with your sister, your daughter, your baby mama, all that shit. Ciao. Oh, wait.